So Jake Paul lost a couple of days ago to Tommy Fury. The whole of the UK is absolutely roaring with, excitement, happiness, and relief that their arch nemesis Jake Paul has finally lost a fight. Me personally, I was just really excited to see him continue, to see how far he could take this stint, or whatever you could call it, because it fascinates me how he came from just a YouTuber who was kind of doing these like zesty vlogs and on Disney Channel to go into boxing and to win against people like Tyron Woodley. I was personally impressed by it. I obviously wanted Tommy Fury to win because I'm British and I back my country, but a part of me wanted to see how far Jake Paul could take this whole boxing thing. And also it's the fact that he's a YouTuber, and it's just obviously growing up watching YouTube and seeing how YouTubers, from the beginning, I mean, when I started watching YouTubers weren't really making a lot of money, and YouTube was more of a hobby. And as I've grown up with YouTube, also trying to do YouTube myself, I've realised kind of the potential of YouTube and how YouTubers have grown. So for me personally, who's someone who's really passionate about YouTube, it was cool to kind of see Jake Paul transition into something like boxing. But to talk about the fight itself, it was a really good fight. I mean, there was a lot of clinching, but I see a lot of people, armchair fans is what I'm going to call them, and by no means I'm saying that I am a boxing expert. I'm not. I got into boxing because of the KSI and Joella fight. I didn't really know anything about boxing before that. I knew who Anthony Joshua was. That was about it. But as this whole YouTube thing as it's continued, I have gotten into boxing actually, and I'm probably one of the people that boxing has made a fan of because of YouTube, and I kind of know quite a bit about boxing now. And these armchair fans who were saying, oh, there was too much clinching and hugging, that's what happens in a boxing fight. What you'll find is actually, a lot of boxing fights, there is a lot of clinching, or hugging as people are calling it. There is a lot of that going on. It's a very, very common thing, especially with a style like Jake Paul's and a style like Tommy Fury's. Are two styles that are going to warrant a lot of clinching, and it's just how it works. Tommy has huge long arms. He's popping out that jab. Jake Paul is a fighter who is deadly mid to close range. Jake Paul is constantly going to be trying to come in, which is what happened, come in close. Tommy Fury is going to be keeping him back with that jab, and in response to that, Jake Paul has to try and clinch to do some work on the inside. That's how it works. That's why there was a lot of clinching going on. So all these like casual fans, they're not even really casual fans. Bare UK girls are watching this fight as well, like a lot of girls. That is annoying because they're thinking, oh, they're hugging all the time, whatever. No, it's just part of boxing. It's what happens. But anyway, the fight was really entertaining. I thought it was a really good fight. Lasted 8 rounds. Tommy thoroughly deserved that win. He outclassed Jake. I think Jake, he didn't know how to handle the situation. I think he didn't know what to do. I think it was the experience of Tommy that really came into play here. Jake Paul's a guy who is relying on his power, and he's relying on that big shot. He's relying on a lot of things, versus Tommy doesn't really have to rely on everything. He's a seasoned boxer. He has a lot of skills across the park that he can work with, especially that jab, which is really an amazing jab, and that massive 80-inch reach as well, which they got wrong on the head of the tape. It says 74-inch reach. It's not a 74-inch reach, but they got quite a few things wrong on that. But yeah, it was a really, really good fight. Definitely rematch worthy, but yeah, I just don't think Jake could find his footings. I mean, if Jake really made it a dogfight and knew how to evade those jabs and really got into rhythm, it could have been a Jake Paul knockout. But I think we kind of realised here that Jake Paul is just an average boxer. So is Tommy Fury, but not as average as Jake. KSI has been talking a lot of shit. I think KSI should shut up. I think KSI needs to be humbled as well. Yeah, KSI, I understand if he's actually fought someone credible on his resume. He hasn't. He's fought Joe Weller, he's fought Logan Paul, he's fought Pineda, and he's fought Swarms, okay? And he's fought Temper. None of those names are close to anyone who Tommy's fought or anyone Jake's fought. It's ridiculous. Yes, okay, KSI's knocked people out quickly and he's never lost. Okay, I could fight 6 trash people and say I've never lost, and then say I could call out KSI. It's okay, you work hard and you have a good work ethic. Okay, you can get in shape pretty easy. Okay, you work harder than your brother. Okay, you've got a couple number ones in music. That doesn't mean, I mean, we clearly saw, I mean, look at all of the build-up from Jake Paul. How he said he couldn't lose and everything. I think everyone got a reality check where Jake Paul just got outclassed, and that's what will happen to KSI. He isn't on their level because he doesn't have the experience that they have. But I think KSI is going to get humbled. But yeah, other than that, it was a really good fight, entertaining, a fight which I think people will look back on because it was very good, and yeah, that's it.